Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a personal travel vlog and breaking it down into this high-stakes Himalayan journey. We're going to follow a group of friends as they battle the elements on a day trip that takes them from serene valleys all the way to sacred hot springs, and in the process, they discover just how rewarding a really challenging adventure can be.
So let's just start with a quote that basically says it all. Tosh Village blew our minds. This really sets the stage perfectly because, this wasn't just some scenic walk. It was an intense experience that was going to test their limits and, in the end, deliver some pretty unforgettable rewards.
Okay, part 1, a morning in the mountains. So the day kicks off with a pretty clear-cut goal. Trek to Tosh Village and then go visit the sacred site of Manikaran. The air is crisp, the group is all bundled up, and they seem ready for, whatever the day is going to throw at them.
And almost right away, they're just hit with the raw beauty of this place. Their first stop is the Nilganga River, and the water is this shockingly blue color, Nilapani. So blue that the vlogger jokes he's only ever seen a color like that in a swimming pool. It's just an incredible, almost artificial-looking natural wonder.
All right, on to part 2, the grueling trek to Tosh. Now this is the main event, and it really was a journey of contrasts, where every single tough step they took was met with an absolutely incredible, breathtaking view. They found out pretty quickly this was no simple walk in the park.
This slide just perfectly captures the whole duality of the trek. On one hand, you have the vlogger saying, the paths are very bad, and they were. Dusty, treacherous, really difficult to navigate. But on the other hand, the scenery is quite beautiful. It's this constant push and pull between the challenge and the reward that really defined the entire climb.
And the challenge wasn't just the path itself. They were fighting the altitude. The air was getting thinner, making it way harder to breathe. And you can actually hear the vlogger's breath getting shorter as he talks about the oxygen levels dropping. This was a constant, steep, physical battle. But even with that physical toll, look at what kept them going. He says it right here. We're having a lot of fun because the scenery all around is just so beautiful. You've got these small waterfalls, these sweeping valleys, and that majestic Himalayan backdrop. That's a powerful motivator that can turn a grueling climb into a real adventure.
So, part 3. The view from the summit. After that long, really tough climb, they finally made it to the peak. This was the moment it was all building towards.
So, this is the big question, isn't it? After all that struggle, the dust, the fighting for breath, was that incredibly difficult climb actually worth it in the end?
Well, I think the group's immediate, breathless reaction pretty much says it all. Oh my God, it's that moment of pure, unfiltered awe, The moment when words just fail and the view completely takes over.
And this is why they had that reaction. From the top, they could see the Indian flag waving proudly, these tiny little houses way down in the valley below, that blue ribbon of the Nilganga River snaking through the landscape, and of course, massive, snow-capped mountains just hanging in the clouds. It was the ultimate panoramic reward.
This quote just perfectly captures that emotional roller coaster. At first it was fun, but as we climbed we got scared stiff. But now seeing this view, it's all fun again. It really shows how that perspective from the top completely reframes the entire struggle, turning that fear right back into pure exhilaration.
But the day wasn't over. Now we're at part 4, Manikaran's sacred hot springs. After the absolute high of the summit came the descent, and a journey to this legendary site, a kind of mythical warmth waiting for them in the freezing cold.
And boy, did it get cold fast. As evening started to set in and they were making their way down the mountain, the temperature just plummeted to 2 degrees Celsius. The challenge wasn't climbing up anymore. It was just enduring this biting cold on the way down.
But this is where they found something incredible. At the Manikaran Gurdwara, while the air outside was a biting 2 degrees, the water in the sacred springs was, in their words, extremely hot. You can literally see the steam just rising right off the water. It's hot water and very cold outside. We are sitting comfortably in the hot water. You can just feel the sheer relief and bliss in that quote. Imagine soaking in a natural hot tub while you're surrounded by freezing mountain air. The vlogger even mentioned that after the soak, he didn't feel the cold at all. So the obvious question is, why is the water so hot? Well, the site has this fascinating mythological story behind it. According to local legend, these springs aren't just some geological feature. They were created by the powerful actions of Lord Shiva and the Serpent King, Sheshnag. And here's how this dramatic legend goes. It starts when the goddess Parvati loses a precious jewel from her earring in the water. Lord Shiva gets so enraged he opens his destructive third eye to find it, threatening all of creation. To calm him down, the Serpent King Sheshnag returns the jewel. But his powerful, angry hiss is what creates the boiling hot springs that are still there today. A truly epic origin story. Finally, we get to Part 5, A Traveler's Key Lessons. So what's the big takeaway from this incredible day? Well, the vlogger distilled the entire experience down into some really practical advice for anyone who might be inspired to follow in their footsteps.
And these are crucial points, pretty much learned the hard way. First, prepare for the cold. The temperature can drop on you dramatically and without much warning. Second, carry camphor, which is a local remedy they saw being sold to help with low oxygen at high altitudes. Third, maybe consider a tour. The vlogger felt it made everything seamless and let them just enjoy the journey. And finally, a reminder to just embrace the experience, because the real view is always better than what any camera can ever capture.
Ultimately, this whole journey shows us that the most memorable experiences are often the ones that really test our limits, and it leaves us with a final thought to ponder. If a single day can hold both grueling hardship and profound reward, what does that teach us about the journeys we choose to take in our own lives?